Hi, I'm Serena. I'm one of the ECEAP teachers with the YWCA program, and I'm just briefly going to talk about this 5-step regulation process, self-regulation process that we use in our conscious discipline curriculum by Becky Bailey. So this is, like I said, 5-step process that helps us go from unconscious emotions to consciously managing those feelings. So the 5 steps are: I am, I calm, I feel, I choose, and I solve. So we'll look at each one. Number 1 is I am. This is where we become aware that something has triggered us and we are feeling a very intense emotion. Emotions will often overtake us and we actually become them. So if something triggers me or like let's say it angers me, I am angry. I am that emotion. So step 2 is where we start to bring that emotion into our conscious thought. So I calm. We breathe deeply and we notice our emotion. You have to slightly lean into that emotion, as Becky Bailey says, rather than just dismissing it or distracting ourselves from it. This is how we really allow that emotion to come into consciousness. And then we can move on to step 3, which is I feel. So this is where we actually name the emotion that we're feeling. With our kiddos, we have them actually say, I am sad, or sorry, not am, that was step 1. I feel sad, or I feel frustrated. Once we can name the emotion, it becomes that feeling that we can actually regulate. Step 4, I choose. Becky Bailey says that we need to befriend our feeling through acceptance. So we have to accept what we're feeling and how we're feeling, and instead of just trying to focus on what we think we should be feeling or what we think should be. When we choose to see it from a different perspective in order to move forward, and we're more empowered to change that feeling of distress or whatever it is you're feeling into one of calm. So once we choose calm, we can move on to step 5, which is I solve. In her books, Becky Bailey says, awareness is the key to regulation. So steps 1 through 4, we really brought that emotion into our higher awareness. And now step 5 involves solving, and we can tap into that internal wisdom, which would guide us to the best decision or the best course of action, to really focus on what triggered that emotion, and then how we're gonna deal with it and how we're gonna move forward. So we have little charts like this in our classrooms. There's probably another video on explaining the safe place. So we always stick one of these in there, and when we're teaching the kids about safe place and how to self-regulate their emotions, this is a great tool because we can really go through the list, check off one by one. The kids can talk through it out loud with us teachers, and it's a great way for them to learn how to eventually be able to self-regulate emotions on their own.